Well, God, I hate you can see my radio. I think it looks really, do you know what? I think it looks really common.
You look freaking gorgeous.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to pull focus, obviously, but like, it's a bit much, this, isn't it? Like, it's a bit Shirley Bassey for just a chat about a dead dog. Welcome to Welsh Wednesdays with me, Kiri, Pritchard-McLean, and
with me, Kate Gill-Williams.
Also, this is the first episode we've recorded since the episodes have started going out, and it's probably worth saying that thank you so much to everyone who's watched them and shared them and said nice things, and it's been really encouraging, and loads of people that I sort of grew up with got in contact to say that they were all trying to, even people that I always think, oh, you're fluent Welsh, were trying to reconnect with their language more and take ownership of it. So that's a really nice thing that feels like maybe it's just loads of people who've been in lockdown in their 30s who are looking for purpose, but either way, if it means we hit that million, then job done. Just found out that highbrow lowbrow is based in racist language. Yeah, because
that's that one out.
But I know, yeah. Well, it's literally back to when, they would measure like the width of people's heads to see if they were Jewish or not, and like the height of your brow. If it was highbrow, you're more likely to be European, and therefore it's civilized. And if it's lower brows, you're more likely to be from the continent of Africa, and therefore it's like, uncultured. So I found that out the other day.
God, that's so. When some things are so in your vocabulary as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna high tit, low tit.
We'll go for that one.
Anyway, mine are both low tits after breastfeeding, but
I've not even had kids and I've got fucking feet tits. So this week's episode it came out of a chance conversation from the one we recorded last week, where it turns out that Katie Gill-Williams has no idea about the story of Beddgellert. So I'm here to break it down for you.
No idea. I've tried to. Well, I've either been really lazy on my research or just tried to say, go on then, Kiri, you can tell me. And then, I don't know anything. I think I told you earlier, I know there was a king. Is he King Llewellyn? And a dog. I have asked that nothing bad happens in it, but I don't think that's going to be the case.
No, it's not a feel-good romp. Let's put it that way. So it's Prince Llewellyn of Gwynedd at the time. And he had this dog that he loved called Gellert. And Beddgellert is a place in North Wales near sort of Bettgellert, as people would say, that I knew when I was in university in Liverpool.
My family.
Better to guide. So there's this place called Beddgellert, which is a big tourist attraction. People go there because they've heard about this story and they want to visit Gellert's graves, because Bedd, B-E-D-D, is Welsh for grave. So Prince Llewellyn was given this dog. There's rumours about him being given it by, I think, King John of England as a gift, and he'd go out hunting with his dog, and it was like is Bezo, basically. And then one day he was like, hey Gellert, I'm just going to leave you look after the baby while I go out hunting. Immediately alarm bells are going. There's sort of safeguarding issues there, but I imagine this is sort of pre-social. Yeah. So he goes off, has a great day's hunting, and when he comes back, their settlement of tents in this area is sort of, everything's been sort of ransacked, and he goes into his tent, and as he does, the dog runs out and is covered in blood and jumps up at him, and the baby's cot is knocked over, and he just, apparently the legend goes, he runs the dog through with a sword, realizing that the dog has attacked and eaten the baby. So he goes over to, pick up the baby and bury it. The baby is alive, and underneath the cot is a dead wolf that Gellert killed to protect the baby.
Oh, fuck.
And Prince Llewellyn killed the dog that had fought for his honour, basically, and to protect the baby. And he was killed. And the legend goes that he had like a full-on ceremony for this dog, and he didn't smile from that day forward after he killed the thing that protected his child. So
he killed his best mate?
He killed his best mate. I know, it's like something from Kiri, isn't it? It's a Beddgellert and Bettgellert is a quite an outdoorsy forest, so lots of people take their dogs there. I imagine there's lots of dogging that goes on if you catch my vibe. A lot of quiet laybys. So lots of people take their dogs there anyway, and it is sort of like a testament to like man's best friend and dog's loyalty, and basically that dogs are better than us, which is what I've always thought anyway. Where this fits in historically in Wales, it's sort of, the story's been around for a while. There's an almost identical story in German culture, in Austrian culture, in Switzerland, in India. The story is a mongoose and who kills a snake getting the baby, which I think sort of influenced some of Rudyard Kipling's stories as well, which is why the snake is the bad guy in the Jungle Book. So it probably, there was a dog, and that he loved very much, and because that's the other side of it, is they think that maybe that was just where he buried his favorite. There's another theory that that grave is to the dog, but a dog that went out and was hunting so hard it just died of exhaustion, you know, doing this job for its owner.
I want to go to bed with that version. All across the world.
Well, the fable is don't trust, don't leave a dog to babysit, don't jump to conclusions, and dogs are better than humans. I would say when it comes to this story, it's sort of knocked around a bit in, you know, in old books. But what happened in the sort of 1800s, there was a guy who owned a pub, and he called the Goat Hotel, very near Bettgellert, and he was like, gets a bit quiet here in the summer, so created this grave, put a plaque there with an English thing and a Welsh thing, and talked about the legend, and it's become somewhere that, you know, people visit because it isn't a beautiful area, but also they come and make sort of a pilgrimage to it. A bit like Bobby Greyfriars, it's a place that people would sort of pilgrimage to. So I think that it might just be a bit of creative license, which is, I've got a joke actually about how Llanfair PG, but I say the full version, and because people do always want to ask what it is in English, and then I do a made up translation in English that ends with, so I say something about it being made up in the 70s, so more English people come there on holiday, and that's a reference to the idea that I'd heard that Beddgellert was like a made up story.
Cracking marketing, because that dog would have his own Instagram account now.
Absolutely, that pub would be going viral with this dog grave. Absolutely,
just ahead of its time. But I'm interested in the idea of fables, because I was reading The Boy Who Cried Wolf to my daughter, and she just wasn't getting the concept though. So she was like, so lying's like quite good fun because he's having a good time. I was like, yeah, but you shouldn't lie all the time, because she's like, yeah, but I've heard you say to Washan, like, there's no more buns left or something, and you're lying. I'm like, yeah, but, and in the end you're just like, oh fuck it, yeah, just let him carry on lying about the sheep or whatever. I was thinking, because you've got a dog, and I was like, could Kiri's dog babysit my kids?
Well, my dog is, as you know, a wheelchair user.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as long as they don't go upstairs.
Oh, well.
So that is the quite sad story of Beddgellert, that obviously as a mum has hit you very hard, the baby side of it. As a dog owner has hit me very, very hard, the dog side of things. Well, do you want me to start?
Yeah, ti'n mynd I cyntaf. Solwch yn dda, Kiri.
Dechrau rwan. Okay. My story o Beddgellert. I really should have thought about what I was going to say. Okay. My story o Rhinwedd? Na. Be 'di honour? Rhinwedd yn virtue. Oh, yeah, Rhinwedd. Mae'n o ci sy'n ymladd efo'r blaidd, a dwi'n meddwl lad is to kill, because mlad is like, I think.
Ella. Dwi ddim yn siŵr. Ladron is a
Lladd.
burglar.
Lladd is to kill.
Okay, lladd.
Okay, so Beddgellert yn stori am ci sy'n efo llawer o rhinwedd. Un dydd, Twisgos Llywelyn. Oh no, is that princess?
Yeah. Brenhines? King.
That's king.
Oh,
Brenhines is queen.
yeah.
Brenhines is king. Twisgos is princess. Twisgos?
Tywysog is princess.
Yeah.
So, ella, Beddgellert, did you just say? Beddgellert.
Twisgo?
Ella. That'll do.
Un dydd, a Twisgo? Twisgo's princess. Llywelyn, mynd ar y ceffylau hela, dwi'n meddwl hela, hunting, a ci, Gellert, rhoi efo a babi. Wedyn, Llywelyn mynd adra ar Bedi tent. I knew this.
Pabell.
Pabell, yeah. Mynd i pabell ar cot yn torri ar mwy o... Na.
Llanast is a good word. Llanast, mess.
Mess, yes. Llanast iawn. Ar ci Gellert. What is jump? What's jump?
Jumpio.
Jumpio! Jumpio! Jumpio. Oh God, I don't know what blood is either.
Gwaed.
What?
Gwaed.
Gwaed. Efo gwaed ar pen ar I don't know what teeth is either. This is so bad.
Lladd.
Lladd a ci mynd i'r cot ar mae babi yn iawn, ond mae o'n blaidd yn yr erbyn, na, ger y cot. Mae ci, Gellert, wedi cael ymladd efo'r blaidd ar y blaidd rwan yn marw. So bad. I'm so sorry.
Ddim yn gwybod. Ti yn gwybod llawer o geiriau. Dwi ddim yn gwybod. I think because you grew up on a farm, you've got so many farm words, like...
Ond dwi'n meddwl y stori yn cachu, achos dwi'n meddwl y ddyn pwy sy'n cael y dafarn ger bedd cael syniad.
Yeah.
Dwi'n meddwl dwi'n gwneud bedd efo'r ydy sad again?
Drist.
Drist, yeah. Efo stori drist. A rwan llawer o pobl mynd i bedd efo ci a cwn and mynd i dafarn.
Ond dwi'n cytuno, really. Ddim yn siŵr os mae stori yn wir.
Be ti'n meddwl am y stori?
Wel, roedd yn drist iawn, a diffyn bach y siocer. Siocer, ie. Dwi'n meddwl mae yn syniad da i cymryd pobl i Beddgellert. Nes i darllen amdan Beddgellert ydy rhywle llawer o touristiaid yn dod. Mae yna diffyn bach o pobl ysgrifennu popeth ddim yn neis. Gormod o seis yn y Beddgellert. So, ie, syniad da, ac dwi yn isio fynd i weld y bedd rwan. Achos mae'n ddiddorol. A dwi'n cytuno, dwi'n meddwl roedd na ci. Dwi ddim yn siŵr os roedd yn wolf, ond braidd. Ond pam dim, pobl yn dod i Cymru, so ennill. Winner.
Yeah. Ennill. Iar. Super. I was trying to say winner chicken dinner, but I can't. I think I said winner hen dinner. So that was the story of Beddgellert. What are we doing next week? We've got a spreadsheet, haven't we, babes?
Cyffroes i rhannu Canu Gymru efo chi wythnos nesa. We're excited to share Song for Wales with you next week.
Oh, Diane. Oh, yeah, rhannu. I was thinking of rhannu in relation to sumiau, so to divide, but yeah, to share, yeah.
Yeah.
Diane, okay. Hwyl fawr.
Hwyl pawb.
Ta-ra, rwan.
Ta-ra.
He's still got his knackers. And I was saying to my partner, I was like, I would really like to get a breeder, get some sperm, and then get her pregnant, and then we'd have puppies from him, because he's such a good boy as well. He's such a nice boy. I'm not having a stranger wank off our disabled dog.
Oh gosh, how to get the semen? Look how conservative I've got. How do you get the spaff out?
To be like knowing that someone's pulling his spine out in a fucking, like in
some dog magazines. Dogs just lay like this.
Just lassie, like.